The average block market when they're 20 weeks old, we're about 400, 500 pounds. They come to us. So, next slide. I'm going to take you guys to a little bit of tour. We have a lot to do in 35 minutes. Okay, with two proteins. So, I'm going to put up a video chart right now. Okay, so you can see the different. If you go to the center, you'll see the chub, the rack, the loin, and the leg. And underneath, you'll have the flap, the breast, and the foreshanks, and brisket. And that's one of the legs. So there are many different cuts that come in veal from the legs. Most of the cutlets come from veal, veal slices. Probably 10 cutlets, 5 cutlets. We also have loin chops. We have rib chops. From your shoulder, you have shoulder blade chops, or you might have roast or chocolate roast, things like that. In my under table, feel free, my table is a ice pack, and we have all kinds of different things in there, like veal cheese, veal sweetbreads, veal grains, veal liver. We don't play with the awful stuff, it's kind of cool as a chef to showcase some of the different products that come when you butcher a whole animal. So we do from nose to tail, and Marcho farm in both entities, and liver. So, today I'm going to bring you two things I'm going to fabricate for you to show you. So you need the camera.
So you need to tell me you want to be back on the camera.
I have the camera, please. Thank you very much.
That's all, because I can't tell.
So I'm going to show you primal from each of the different proteins that we eat. So this is a 7-bone cap-on rack of veal, as you can see. Okay, we got 7 bones. Okay, I've had the product chine for me. This is the chine, which will remove the chine, which is the vertebrae connection, so that way I can cut through the bones later. So we sell this as a product usually that goes to markets and butcher shops and places like that, where this product comes to you. In food service, you get a 6-bone chine. And that is great how we do that. So I'm going to begin. The first thing we want to do is we have the chuck end right here. As you can see, the spinalis, a little bit of the shoulder blade is here because it's a cap-on product. And then we have the loin. So veal is broken between the 12th and 13th rib, as opposed to 8th or 11th, broken between the 11th and 12th rib. Veal and beef and lamb are broken between the 12th and 13th. So veal is broken a little bit differently when we break the animal. When we say the animal, we mean it's kind of between the loin and the neck. So I'm going to start very simply right now by removing what's called the feathers. These are the skin of the vertebrae, and they come off very easily.
Fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
These are the feather bones. They're splitting this in half on the back. So now the whole bottom of the loin has been exposed. I'm going to come to the other side in front of the bird, and I'm going to remove the cap and the shoulder blade of this fly. As you can see, you just let the tip of the knife do all the work. from a cap, and inside the cap is a little bit of the shoulder blade. And you can take the shoulder blade out from part of the shoulder blade. Inside the top of this shoulder blade, this muscle right here is what would be your flat iron steak. This is the most second most tenderest muscle in the animal is the top blade muscle, or what we call the flat iron steak. It's not used. It sits on top of the shoulder blade. Now we have the cap. And some people call this the deckle meat as well in beef. Used a lot in Asian cuisines and things like that as well. Generally, this will be ground with a trim, or we might take this muscle off here and we might cube it in the stew for veal stew. So now we're going to remove what's called a strap, which is that yellow cord that runs down the long. This is dorsal. This is the primary muscle in the loin. It travels from the neck all the way to the back of the animal to the sirloin, called the longissimus dorsal. And also in the case what's called, in English, they call this the padding line. It's a yellow strip that's inedible, very, very tough. Nothing would break that down. It's generally removed from the muscle. And then I have a cap one. So yes, you can cut this into chops right now if you want to, or we can make it a little bit more elegant, okay? And put a nice little French on this. This is a 6x6 bone wrap. So I'll probably do maybe a 2-inch French or 2.5-inch French across the top to show you how we would French this. I would draw a line all the way across to the other side. Everybody can see the line that I made. Then I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to properly French this by taking the tip of my boning knife and I am going through what's called the bone guard. Every piece of bone has a little tissue that's wrapped around it, and it's called bone guard. No matter what part of the animal, as you can see, the little slice here. Then I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to put that in between each bone. Now, generally, in the shop or the plant, our team will use a hook to start to remove the muscle meat from the rib, giving you a very, very clean, exposed bone without any meat attached to it. As you can see those bones, how they look? Those of you that have done culinary competitions, you know, it used to be judged that there was never any meat left on our bone, nice and clean. Now, if I had a hook, generally chef do not use a hook in the kitchen. So I'm pushing it with my finger to remove this nice and clean. Any questions on veal? Anyone? They are 400 to 500 pounds after being fed a diet of formula feed along with some grain. Okay. To market
This chirp supplies the formula, right?
we introduce the formula in our feed plant, which is a two-stage formula, similar to like, baby food. Think of it like that. Okay. And it's basically mixed with water. All our farms, and a lot of them are run by the Amish, where they're not even using electricity. It's coal and wood to heat up the water and solar.
How many farms do they work with?
We have about 220 farms,
Today?
all in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and New York. Okay.
Can't find them. They're hidden.
Well, they're veal is raised indoors. It's not, you're not going to see veal raised outdoors.
They don't go outside.
Go outside, they're group raised, they're together in ponds, but it's clean, very clean. Veal barn, as you can see in the video, is very clean, they're very friendly. They just want to lick you and kiss you.
Years ago, little so
Well, they're little huts, but they're usually you see them at dairy farm. After those little huts contain a female that's being raised on that dairy farm.
right.
Okay. Now, you move,
You can buy this clean already.
you can buy this already fetched and cleaned.
What are you gonna think? You want to buy it clean or you want to do it yourself?
Some people like to do it themselves. Okay. So I'm on the fabricating side, which is on the fabrication floor.
Everybody in here is this fascinating.
Well,
You don't do this all the every day. You don't do
chefs,
it every day.
no, chefs are not usually, trained to use a hook. And in our shop, I would take somebody maybe 2 minutes to do. It took a little longer. So here we have 7 bones. Okay, you could order a veal wrap many different ways. You could order the first 3 cuts, the first 4. You can order a wrap end to end, so you can get all 7 bones. Each of these comes with a price point. Okay, we also do a veal tomahawk that has a 10-inch bone, where we cut into the breast. We also sell a 7-bone chop, which is used to make a cottatella milanese. Anybody know what that is?
What?
Jess?
Seven.
Cottatella milanese. Anyone know what that is?
What was the first part?
Cottatella.
Before that.
I don't know. Listen.
It's one bone.
It's 1 bone. It's the 7th bone.
Is it stuffed?
It's not stuffed. A cottatella milanese is your classic breaded, sort of like a veal parmesan. It's pounded, breaded, sauteed in butter like a schnitzel, okay, from Milan. And
Does anybody stuff veal chops anymore?
you can stuff a veal chop. I remember when I was a chef, I would do large banquets with, 34 cuts of veal chops. Look at that nice white veal, that clean bone.
I think back in 1985, they were already $45 for one veal chop.
But there's nothing better than a veal chop. It's the best chop we have. Okay.
how many Pacific.
And then the good thing is, we're gonna enjoy this for dinner tonight. Okay? The chef is gonna cook this for us tonight. Okay. So this is the second bone chop, which has a little bit more of the spinalis muscle. Okay, and it's fat a little less than your first cut. Okay. With that, it's valuable yes, because people want a solid little long course of this muscle inside. Then the part with a little bit of the spinalis, also the kernels, a little bit of fat that's in there. So, any other questions on the wheel? You can turn that quarter. Put a little pressure.